Hey guys, Ed here, bringing you a video. You can tell by the title. I'm currently on vacation, but I did manage to pre-record some videos for you guys. That said, let's get into it.
Fearless.
Last time on my Hero Ball Z, Nedry gave birth thanks to Whis annoying Chi-Chi, Bulma, and Videl for some reason. And what did Mira do in the short time away? What did Win mean by tracking down the culprits and erasing them from existence? Well, let's find out. On the sight of the floating baby, everyone there was kind of surprised, and Nedry was happy. Nedry would say, "Is it really my baby?" Whis would say, "Yes, I thought it would please you." Vegeta grabbed the baby. He would say, "It's a boy. This young Saiyan will have a Saiyan name." Nedry would say, "Sorry, me and Zuzu already picked a name." Vegeta pouting would say, "Fine, be that way." Izuku would say, "Vegeta, I'm still not happy with you using Shenron to change my human biology into that of a Saiyan. Do you know how much I feared going out on full moon?" Vegeta would say, "You should be grateful. If it weren't for the Saiyan superior biology, you would have been dead. And not to mention the boost you gain each time you recover from being an inch away from death. Pair that with the sensor beams, and you can literally surpass the limits with ease." Izuku, rolling his eyes, he would say, "Whatever." It was a big help with the remains of the Red Ribbon Army. Recovery would say, "So, what's the name?" Izuku would say, "Masashi," just like my grandpa. Napa would say, "Well, Izuku, now that your son has been born, I, Napa, will help you raise your child with some very useful tips." Izuku, not amused, he would say, "Okay, Napa, what sort of tips?" Napa would say, "Tip number 1, don't shake the baby." Izuku, confused, he would say, "Excuse me?" Napa would say, "You know, don't grab him under the arms and shake the shit out of him while screaming, 'You're weak, you're worthless, and you'll never be king.'" Izuku, confused, he would say, "Why would I?" Napa would say, "Trust me, it'll give him a complex." Everyone was left confused. Napa, continuing, would say, "Tip number 2, don't force feed him coffee. It'll stunt his growth and it'll make him very hyperactive and destructive." Izuku would say, "Why does it seem that those tips were oddly specific?" Vegeta would say, "Yes, Napa, do tell. Is there something that I don't know?" Napa, flying out of the window, he would say, "I think Stars and Stripes is calling me. Gotta go." Vegeta, in pursuit, "Get back here, Napa!" And everyone was left concerned. Neza would say, "Now that we got that out of the way, I am more curious on what you mentioned about the perpetrators." Win would say, "We tracked them down and Lady Nira erased them from existence. Simple as that." Neza would say, "How? Wouldn't that be simply killing them?" Nira would say, "No, killing someone, they go to the afterlife and they either go to heaven or hell, or their soul gets purified and sent back to the land of the living. But for some exceptional people, they get to keep their bodies and do as they please. But if they get erased, they won't exist anywhere." Nezu didn't know how to take that, as he would say, "Okay, good to know, but who were these perpetrators?" Win, looking at her staff, should say, "A man calling himself All for One, a doctor he was close to, which happened to live in Universe 7 for a while, his creations, Tomer Shigaraki, and everyone involved with their little group, for a total of 200 beings. All men would say, "Wait, did you say all for one?" One would say, "Yes." And, according to his information, he was apparently over 200 years of age, as well as the doctor. "Why? Did you know him?" All men would say, "Indeed, you could say that I wanted to avenge my mentor, Nana Shimura." Nero would say, "Enough of that. So, since I did you a favor, don't you think you should return it?" Izuku sweating bullets, he'll say, Nejire, a little help here?" Nejire walking up to Nero with annoyance, she would say, "Only on some conditions." Nero curiously, she would say, "Which are?" Nejire would say, "Tomorrow onwards, you'll get to do it until you get pregnant. I don't want to hear any excuse afterwards. Deal?" Nero happily obliged. Goku would say, "Hey, Izuku, which one is All Might? I want to fight him. From the stories you told me when we were kids, he's supposed to be the strongest, right?" Izuku would say, "Yeah, but he's not that strong, Goku." Goku confused, he would say, "What do you mean?" Izuku would say, "Yamcha can still beat him." Goku would say, "Oh, that bad?" Izuku would say, "Speaking of which, where is he?" The dragon team looked at each other trying to figure out who should speak. That's when Vegeta started laughing. Vegeta laughing would say, "That poor fool got his ass handed to him multiple occasions until the androids attacked, and then he finally quit." As members in the VIP room were discussing and overseeing the sports festival, a shadow was casted over the entire arena. As everyone looked up, only to see a spacecraft looming over them. And on top of the craft, there were two people. One of them would say, "So, this is Eoth. Not quite I was expecting, Exodia. If you ask me, it's quite underdeveloped and primitive." Exodia would say, "Lord Frigid, try to lure the person out or have the habitants stab them in the back." The people descended in the middle of the arena. Frigid would say, "Heed me, weaklings. I am Lord Frigid, Emperor of the Galaxy. It has come to my attention that someone is hiding here on this reject of a planet, and I am here to eliminate him. If you are hiding this person, I will have no choice but to destroy this entire world." Exodia whispering, he would say, "Sir, you might want to use that head that was left behind. I don't think they know what you're talking about." Frigid, showing off the Nomu's head, he would say, "I sense that you weaklings are unaware of what I'm talking about, which is why I'm showing this. The remains of an abomination that came from here. Does anyone recognize it?" As many of the spectators were confused, members from Class 1A recognized the head that belonged to the Nomu. That was at the USJ. Kirishima, on the other hand, being in the arena, he told everyone else to evacuate as he decided to step up to the plate. Kirishima would say, "What business do you have on this planet?" Frigid, excited, would say, "Oh look, Exodia! Someone decided to step forward." Exodia would say, "Sir, remember what you came here to do." Frigid, nodding, he would say, "Aren't you brave, weakling? I commend your courage by answering your question. As you probably didn't know, I was cruising on my ship, and not once, but twice, we received damage by an unknown source, until this abomination showed up and led us here to this planet. Now, I ask you, do you know anything about this creature?" As that is going on, we skip over to the VIP room, and there's Goku and Vegeta are trying to get the rights to fight this universe's Frieza. And the rest of the Dragon Team weren't phased. Even the UA staff were more confused than anything. But one person was silently freaking out, making sure it didn't expose themselves. Goku would say, "Can I fight him, please?" Vegeta would say, "No, Kakarot. You always fight them strong opponents before I do. I say I should." Beerus would say, "No, none of you are allowed to." Goku would say, "How come?" Whis would say, "Simple. We are from Universe 7. We are not allowed to interfere directly with other universes' problems, except our own. So, if anything, the people from Universe 14 should do it by default. Which, it naturally goes to your friends." Izuku would say, "Kirishima needs my help. Napa, make sure that everyone else is safe. Friends, could you help Napa?" Neji would say, "I'm coming too." Izuku would say, "No, Nejire. You keep our son safe." Neji would say, "But what if it happens as Namek?" Izuku would say, "It won't." With that, Izuku left, but Nejire looked at Nira. Nejire would say, "Are you okay?" Nira would say, "He's too strong. He'll die, as well as his planet. I've seen it firsthand." Nejire would say, "My Zuzu is strong. He'll beat that guy." As the Dragon Team helped with the evacuation, Izuku appeared next to Kirishima. Izuku would say, "So, Kirishima, what did I miss?" "I think he was looking for you. Too many coincidences." Frigid would say, "So, we have another one. Oh, what is this? A tail? You must be a very lucky monkey. But it seems that your luck ran out. And you will share the same fate as your brethren. Exoria, send the troops." As Frigid's forces were sent and wiped out effortlessly by Izuku and Kirishima, Frigid was starting to show his true colors. Frigid would say, "I've had enough of this. I want that monkey dead. But it seems that you want things done. You must do them yourself. Playtime is over, monkey. Witness the strength of an emperor." Frigid wasted no time to transform into his final form, and flying up to the sky, he made a supernova. Frigid would say, "I've wasted so much time on you, I'll destroy everything and get it over with. You aren't worth my effort. Goodbye, monkey." Frigid sent the supernova towards Izuku, but in return, Izuku caught it, putting himself between the attack and the planet, knowing that if it got a chance to reach the core of the planet, it would end up like Namek. Even though he didn't master the Super Saiyan transformation, he transformed regardless, throwing the supernova back at him, shocking Frigid in the process. As Frigid dodged the attack with ease, the supernova destroyed his too. Frigid, shocked, he'll say, "What is this? I didn't know monkeys had a secondary transformation." Exoria would say, "Lord Frigid, the ship." Frigid, angrily, he'll say, "Oh no, my ship. Now you've crossed the line, monkey. You are dead." Frigid blitzed in front of Izuku, and Frigid's superior strength was showing, as he used brute force to break Izuku, until Frigid ultimately sent Izuku crashing down, falling out of Super Saiyan form. Kirishima tried to help Izuku, but Exoria blocked his path. Meanwhile, back with the others, Vegeta and Goku were angry to the fact that they couldn't do anything. Vegeta would say, "Does Izuku still have his tail, right?" Goku would say, "I believe so." Roshi would say, "I thought he blasted off during our fight." Neji would say, "He had a senzu afterwards, but I don't see the point of this. The strength of a Saiyan comes from the tail. And if he were to go Great Ape, this strength will increase drastically." Neji would say, "But wouldn't he just destroy the world?" Napa would say, "Nah, I trained Izuku to control the Great Ape." Vegeta would say, "How much control do you think he has over it?" Napa would say, enough for two great apes to be duking out no problem. Vegeta would say, then let's make an artificial moon for him. Meanwhile, back with Izuku, he is on the ground breathing heavily as the thoughts of him not being strong enough flooded his mind. But he noticed a weird looking thing in the sky as he looked curiously, wondering what it was, only for him to feel a chill down his spine. His body started to react, and that's when he realized that that thing in the sky was an artificial moon, while Frigid was unaware. As Frigid was getting bored, he started to make another supernova, only for a monstrous roar to be heard, revealing it was a giant golden ape ready to monkey around. Before Frigid could say anything, Izuku just slammed his fist through the incomplete supernova and smashing Frigid, sending him flying for miles, and then managing to grab him and slapping him into the ground, beating him up, not giving a moment of breather. But as time went on, Izuku's mind was being clouded by the primitive way of thinking, and losing all reason. And the moment that Izuku lost sight of Frigid, he started to attack nearby buildings, until Mount Lady was tasked to stop Izuku, but failing miserably. Meanwhile, with the Dragon King, Neji angry she would say, "Was this your great plan? Look at him! Now he's attacking the city!" Napa would say, "Well, that's a first. It's only been like, 5 minutes? He could at least hold up for an hour or so." Goku would say, "Hey Vegeta, I never knew you could go Super Saiyan as a giant ape." Vegeta would curiously say, "Neither did I. To be honest, I'm kind of impressed. And if I'm correct in the assumption, he should be able to beat him even if he can gain control." Neji would say, "Are you insane? Make that artificial moon disappear now." Vegeta would say, "If I do that now, he'll be a sitting duck." Napa would say, "That reminds me. Hey Vegeta, do you remember that time when you convinced your brother to leave the planet to go find a space duck? What was it that you called it? A far-fetched?" Vegeta angry would say, "God damn it, Napa, drop it." Napa would say, "Yep. We never heard from Tarble ever again. Wow, Vegeta, you killed your brother. Not surprising since you tried to kill me, and I changed your diapers." Vegeta annoyed would say, "If you don't shut up now, I will kill you." Napa would say, "Yep, same old Vegeta." Vegeta would say, "So, all he has to do is gain control, right?" Vegeta would say, "Yep, that's all it takes. But the problem is getting near him without being punched away." Vegeta would say, "Fine then. Hold my baby for me. It's time for me to knock some sense into him." Wow, folks, a Golden Great Ape. Who would have thought? And did Tarble find that space duck, or did he die? But more importantly, will Neji knock some sense into Izuku, or will Earth be destroyed? Find out in the next part of My Hero Ball Z. To be continued. That's it for today's video. If you enjoyed, leave a like, comment down below. If you're new to the channel, consider subscribing for more. Turn on the bell notification to be updated so you never miss a video. That said, peace out.